to you the two men from SLFA. They will introduce themselves. But it is a project that has been designed by FIFA called Football for Schools. And FIFA has sent 10,800 footballs for schools. 820. 10,820 footballs for schools. And we have attended the first meeting. And in that meeting, the delegations, I even wrote, it was signed by PS. And we sent the message to you people, and they replied to me. But the request was for the distribution purpose. We want Minister of Education to show that we will collaborate with them.
All right, thank you. Thank you. What we will do now is, before we hear from you, we'll do a round of introduction from the ministry, just so, and then also so that the staff can know you and you can know the staff, and then we'll come over to you for how to engage. Okay? We'll start with you. Yes.
I am Sahid Conte. I should know very well in charge of football, sports, school health and nutrition.
Yes. Over to you.
Zara Kamara for School Quality Assurance Director with MBSS.
Thomas, Deputy Secretary 2 at the MBSS.
I'm not our Deputy Secretary.
Adama Jimo, Acting Deputy Chief Education Officer.
Rara is the Permanent Secretary.
Emily Gogra, Deputy Minister.
Jemba Makiaziz Kamara, Delivery Unit Coordinator.
This is our team, from the political to the admin to the technical wing. The only person who could have been here that's not here is the Director of Programs, but the Director of Programs boss is here. Over to you.
Yes, sir. I'm Ibrahim Ba. I'm the Technical Director for the Sierra Leone Football Association.
Yeah, I'm Samuel Davis, the Schools Program and Facilities Officer, Sierra Leone Football Association. The acting General Secretary is supposed to have been here, but we have our Congress tomorrow, and delegates are supposed to be checking in now. So he's there, that's why he's not here. But he has given us the authority to come.
Thank you. And good luck with the Congress tomorrow. I extend our best wishes. I have bosses. So over to you. I know that Mr. Sahid, the Deputy Director, had introduced you, so maybe give us a high-level idea of why we're here and what the opportunities are, and grateful as well that you have schools sports as a major component. And I know we've collaborated before, but give us a high-level overview of where we've come from, where we are, and we can all think about the way forward.
Yes, okay. This whole business started in November last year, 2022.
2022?
Yes, FIFA invited member associations, Ministry of Sports, and Ministry of Education staff to a meeting, to a seminar in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. I was a member of that delegation that went to Abidjan, and together with the General Secretary and the Director of Sport, National Sports Authority. In that workshop, that seminar, it was made categorically clear to all members present. Of course, it was for basically WAFU Zone A members, and WAFU Zone A in Africa constitutes of 9 countries: Sierra Leone inclusive, And so all those 9 countries were there. So what basically FIFA was telling us was that football, there is no need to go back to grassroots football, and if we are to pay attention to grassroots football, we have to go back to the schools. So that is the basic thing. And FIFA want to use football as a subject, as a subject to be able to be studied in schools. There was a comparison that was made. The FIFA representative that was there made a comparison. He said, if you have, let's say for example, 10 doctors in your community, and you have 10 of Sadio Manes in your community, you gauge the economic impact of those 10 doctors in your community and 10 footballers like the caliber of Sadio Mane that will be receiving like $350,000 a week or per week. So the idea is to introduce football in schools as a subject, as a career path, so that now even if you are not fortunate to become a footballer in future, but you can become an administrator in football, you can become a coach, you can become a sport pundit, you can become a referee. So there are various areas that you can go. And as a result of that seminar, countries were allowed to do presentations. And I was the one that presented on behalf of the Federation. And what basically they were looking at was, they were trying to scan the amateur environmental football analysis of all the countries in our basic respective countries. What does that mean? How is football playing in our respective countries? And what we arrived at was, now let's start back, let's go back to the schools. And the schools stand to benefit from this balls. The schools stand to benefit from this project. Of course, at the start, they have given us 10,820 balls, and those balls we have received in January. We have them now at the FA, and one of the requirements, we stand to benefit a grant to distribute these balls and to organize workshops and other programs, because these balls should not be distributed at the cost of any of those schools. And the ages that are supposed, the age bracket for these balls are 4 to 14 years old. And these are specifically made balls for the kind of terrains we have in Africa. And these balls are size 4 balls designed by Adidas specifically for this project. Yes, and yes, and yes, and I think TD, you can come in.
Good afternoon. Some insight.
Yeah.
For protocols observed. Okay. Basically, as the technical director, I'm there to lead and define the technical strategy of the Football Association. Basically, that's my job. And what that means is I'm looking into different areas: grassroots football, youth football, women's football, coaching and education. So this is my mandate. So essentially, I work with FIFA directly, and we've actually collaborated on different developmental areas. For example, we have, as Mr. Davis was saying, we have something called the amateur football environment analysis. What that means is FIFA is looking at the wider participation of football in the entire country. And would you believe this? 95% of people play amateur football in the whole world. That's a huge statistic. So, as I said, working with FIFA, we've initiated a program, called in which Mr. Davis is the project leader, incidentally. So we're working at the grassroots level. If we can't get the grassroots level right, our elite structure will suffer. We have to have a functional grassroots structure in place. And this is what we've been suffering from in this country. We haven't got that. The system is entirely broken. So, as I said, there's money in that as well. So we've actually built up a little team around that project. And so FIFA is going to fund that project in the tune of $50,000 a year. So we have a 4-year cycle, and it's an ongoing project. So we have a 4-year cycle wherein every year FIFA will fund us in that area. But also, if we have further projects, that the deem will benefit us, we also get money towards that. FIFA is really, really big on grassroots football. And so just to get you that background of what this entails, so which grassroots involves schools programs, in fact, universities as well, beach football. So in fact, we've actually set up a program where we're gonna train over 1,000 grassroots coaches in the entire country, right across the country. So
yes, let's forget. When FIFA was so emphatic that there is a need for the member associations, which is SLFA, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Sport, to collaborate, because there's know very well that there is a need for those ministries to be part of this project if this project is to succeed. So therefore, one of the requirements for the MAs or for any country to benefit from any grants is one for the ministries, those ministries I have mentioned, to write a letter of consent, which we have to send to FIFA, that they are ready to collaborate. And then the schools stand to benefit after this pilot phase of this project. Schools have the right through the ministries now to apply for grants up to $50,000, and the FIFA has got also, the schools also have got the opportunity to even communicate directly with FIFA through their respect, through the Ministry of Education.
I can quote it again. We're also in consultation with UEFA. They run European football, they're a rich body. And we are currently working with UEFA. And one of the big things about FIFA is women's football. It's one of their key priorities. So you're looking at youth, grassroots, and their women. So as I speak, we've created a space for women in SLFA so that they can discuss a lot of issues around women's football. And we're here to listen to them. I'm big on women's football anyway, by the way, So again, UEFA is going to sponsor us in the tune of $50,000 a year towards the development of women's football in the country. And this is a groundbreaking event, really. We have to push women's football, and also we've also developed Football for Girls initiative, which is part of this project as well. So we want to encourage young girls to participate in football. I mean, gone are the days when I used to play football where football was a taboo subject to our parents. Oh, you can't play football, go and study. So there's a lot of money and a lot of opportunities in football for girls and boys alike.
Yes, so the steering committee has been formed in a meeting which the director was a member, and because that's one of the documents FIFA is requesting for. The next document now FIFA is requesting for is the list of schools and the number of schools we want to engage in this pilot phase of this project. I think that is the last document we need now to send to FIFA for us to kickstart this project.
Thank you. I was just looking at the New Education Act. I do think there was something there on physical health and school sports.
Yeah.
You should find out which section it is so that I don't have to remember next time. But I wanted to say thank you. Yeah, you can browse through quickly and see if you find it. I wanted to say thank you. This is a really wonderful day for us. Mr. Saeed has been working in close collaboration with you. So a couple of things which the PS will act on. So I hope that a letter of consent was already written. If not, we should write it. You should engage with your counterpart from Ministry of Sports to make sure that that gets done as soon as possible. Or the letter of intent, whichever it is. I wanted to mention a couple of things. With the restriction of 4 to 14 years, for us that means GSS, primary school and GSS. And I think we have 8,000 of those, or 9, 10.
Primary GSS. No, it's about 10,000. 10,000.
So about 10,000.
Because the SS is 850.
Okay. So this is appropriate. So we can supply all primary and GSS based on this. The numbers we have, the schools we have, the location we have, we will provide you with the annual school census, which we'll use as well.
Are we giving the gas schools also?
Everybody.
Yes, of course.
We will collaborate with you on the distribution, as you said, and that can be through government and through this grant as well. I think certainly we should be able to use that. What I wanted to mention, and with regards to use, certainly schools can use it to train, and also for the school league, thanks to the PHE unit, we started running school leagues now, and including friendlies.
Yeah.
Principal is going to play CKC and they were beaten, unfortunately. But we'll get a return leg and we'll beat them.
Yeah.
We'll beat them.
Yes.
And I think we're doing more of that. With regards to the women's, Mogwemo Queens, most of their players are students.
Yes.
Actually, many of their players are in SSS, some of them are even in GSS, I think. And the fact that, same with Wusum Warriors, I think, is what they're called.
Yes.
Many of their team are also students, and I went and I saw them. Yes, the fact that you have the women's football, girls in school, it really drives in the message that you have in Sierra Leone can be a good example to show the link between amateur grassroots football, school football, to club football, and to national professional football.
So, if I may just interject quickly, what that also does, it mitigates the cheating in age.
Yeah.
As well from that level, from that particular.
Because they already registered from a very early age. And
There's a lot of that.
In fact, yes, Mr. Minister, one thing that is going to be part of this project is that all the pupils that are going to participate in this exercise, they are going to be on FIFA Connect. They are going to be, so FIFA is going to capture them right from primary school. So as you go up, if you are fortunate to be a footballer, you know, there is no way you can even cheat as far as your age is concerned. Sure. So the sooner they say Samuel Davis, somebody can stay in Switzerland and know that Samuel Davis is from here, this school.
Right, in line with what we as a ministry have also been doing anyway, we have this universal learner IDs that we're generating. So these are also unique and linked to your NCRA. So it's good that we're collaborating because we can go back to the roots data. The other thing I wanted to mention was on school health and the curriculum with the PHE unit, which we speak about a lot, in line with FIFA wanting this to be taught. But as a pathway for careers as well, that actually in terms of professional and jobs, that people can go on to do so many things in the sports industry, particularly football, that's not just going to being a PhD teacher, but that you can be a coach and with all these different pathways that we can establish with the ministry. Ministry of Higher Education, which also exists. So I want to thank you, and I want to thank FIFA. When we symbolically receive this, PS will write to you, and you guys can collaborate to write to FIFA to indicate official collaboration as Ministry of Education and how we're going to use it and with the schools, and also kickstart the implementation, as you've spoken about, not just for FIFA but UEFA as well. And we can better plan together now that schools have closed for when the school leagues can happen, and that the school leagues and amateur, I think because of the large spread of schools, we might see how at the sub-clusters, the schools themselves can organize with our school quality assurance officers, and then when it comes to district and regional levels, it can be tournaments that then we do with SLFA. I was talking to Coach John Kista just now actually, about school kids in the squad or not. But I think he said he was going to check on the local team, on the home-based team, to see. But these are things that we should be happy about, whether that's Olympics, whether it's university level, whether it's the home-based. We've seen it in women's football. I don't see any reason why we can't have really good kids in our school system who are representing us.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We started this one long before this time. We are concentrating on primary and secondary school kids. He's one of my trainees. I coached him in both. Yes, I have raised a lot of players in this country. Even the junior Tungusi player, I taught him the ABC of football. I mean, the Karim, you name them. But this last, yes, when I was a PE teacher. When I was a PE teacher, I taught all of them, and then even at club level, I raised Bull Rangers from Division 1 to Premier League.
Were you with Canberra Rangers?
Yes.
Because I played for Canberra.
Yes. No, after the K-Fools, their own generation. Yes. I trained all of them. Yes.
I see.
What I said is that I was telling everybody, let us concentrate on primary school league, because if we concentrate on them, we can have a very powerful team. Because if they are under 13, by the time 3 years or 4 years, they will be under 17.
Right.
And we'll have a very powerful national team. So that dependency on foreign players, pay for them huge amount of money will be minimized.
I am grateful that you are the deputy director in charge and that you can drive this. You have the full mandate to look of this. Continue. You have
fullest cooperation. That's what I want.
It seems like they are ready. That's why they're here continuously. Any comments from you before we do the official? Any response? Any comments?
Before that, can I just make one final comment?
Yes, sir.
FIFA and UEFA, obviously, they are very keen on wider collaboration, stakeholders, including yourselves, the Ministry of. When I had a Zoom meeting with big technical consultants at FIFA, he kept banging on about that. You need to consult your ministries. You need to control Ministry of Education, Ministry of Sport. So the involvement of stakeholders are key to our own success. Absolutely.
We're all very excited. Actually, when I was in Dubai, I met with Jokef. Jokef is one of the foundation for FIFA. Is one of the, and this was something. So they're all very excited. So that's why you have the official members here. Any comments, questions?
I want to thank them immensely. It's on the ages 4 to 16. 14. Pardon?
To 14.
To 14. So
4 years to 14.
And then 4 years, I think it's nursery 2 or preschool year 2. I think we are kindly asking if a few balls will be given to some of these preschools.
Sure.
Yeah.
In our planning,
Yeah,
we should
in our
account
planning.
for them. Yeah.
They should be included, please.
Okay.
If it is 10,820, then of course preschools can have.
They can or they can't?
They can.
Okay, so that's it.
Those that have playground.
Yeah.
they
That's the other thing. Those
Yeah,
that
that's the
have
other playground.
playground.
Well, you guys did not play football in the street?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Once again, let me tell you,
Then there is another
When you talk
skill
about
that they
facilities,
use in the nursery.
in sports,
For
in sports, there's no specification that you have to have. You can design where you want to play.
We agree, we
Kids
agree.
have to
Yeah,
play
that's
people
dangerous.
on the
That
street.
is fine.
We agree.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I just want to know the arrangements for our PE teachers, those in the schools, and with the establishment of the deals. So the PE teachers and the deals, and district education offices, they'll be working together.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether there is any arrangement like bringing them on board, anything like training, because these ones are like for the nursery schools, okay, 4 years. Somebody needs to be very, very careful if it comes to training these kids.
Thank
So that
you.
is my concern.
Thank you. Let me come to that. It's good you brought that to my attention. There's a package for PE teachers, right? They are going to be trained. When we were in Ivory Coast, there is an app that FIFA has developed that has got 88 sessions of trainings that can, if you have that app, right? They have not made that app available to us until we meet all the requirements. Then they send the app because it's a document that is classified. All right. The sooner we have that app as a country, we are going to let the PE teachers have got that app. If you have got that app, you can read that app. You can read those sessions and train anybody without even going through training sessions. All right. That was, yes, it was like self-tutoring.
Yeah.
Because we went for practicals. 88 sessions it has got. We just went through 5 of those sessions, right? 15, 20 minutes, 20 seconds training, 15, 20 seconds training.
Good.
Good thing. So there's a package for them.
Okay, thank you. You got what you have got. You got what you have got. I think we're all good. Thank you. So in terms of logistics, you will engage with PS to facilitate what it means. You plan a program. Let's proceed. You have our full support as the ministry. The ministers are here, the technical people are here, and we are very committed. We can take photos for you to send to FIFA, and we can also do that. Thank you. Do that. Give it to you. Let's move this. I think you should give it to one of the SLFA people. Thank you. Ooh, you want to take it out of the bag?
This you join.
No,
What's in it?
no, they go ahead.
No, some
I've already bought it.
make chairs so that some people sit.